Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today as I go over my innovation presentation and detail the project I've been working on for the last 7 weeks throughout this course. So to begin, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of the company I work for. I work for a local community bank called CoreTrust. It's a third generation family owned bank. It has an 87-year history. We have 25 locations in 19 communities throughout South Dakota and Minnesota. So we've been around a long time and we have a real presence in the communities we serve. Next, we're going to go over the problem I identified. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to conduct an organizational diagnosis survey or the questionnaire in my company, but I was able to perform one with an outside firm, which was really great. It showed me how to use it and all that, so in the future, if I can, I definitely know what to do. So the way I was able to identify a problem was through observation and then also interviews with peers. And so with that, I came to the problem of, because the bank is resistant to change, no formal sales program has been implemented to branch managers. And so the solution, in an effort to identify as many possible solutions as I could, I utilized the Lotus Blossom exercise, which is really great. You get a high volume of ideas and it's a really good starting point. And from there, I took the results of the Lotus Blossom and implemented them into the force ranking worksheet. And so we're going to go over the force ranking worksheet and some of those more opportune ideas that I came up with. So the first one was, what if we hired a new talent, such as a sales manager, to provide support to branch managers and actually enforce a sales program? Another option was, what if we posted sales goal on the company intranet to incentivize staff to perform and keep up? Another one was, what if we implemented a CRM system to better track and nurture leads that we generate from our online advertising efforts? The fourth one was, what if we offered customer rewards to mortgage customers, for example, as a product benefit for adding on another service like a checking account? So kind of incentivizing them, cross-selling exactly. And then finally, what if our CSRs had in-branch iPads to access customer accounts and to cross-sell on the spot? And so, as you can see, the force ranking numbers are there, and the winner in the end was posting sales goals and continually updating them on the company intranet to incentivize staff to perform and keep up with their peers. And so from there, we're going to talk about the value proposition of that solution. What value does that bring to our company? And so it does a few things. It clearly communicates company-wide our sales goal. It incentivizes staff to outperform their peers, creates some healthy competition. It holds everyone accountable, and it motivates and encourages team members. So to kind of break that down, through publicly displaying every branch and team member's goals on our company intranet, everyone will be held accountable to do their part, as well as feel motivated and incentivized to perform at a higher level. Now we're going to go over the impact. What impact does this solution have on our company and those affected? So who would lead this charge? It would be myself. I'm part of the marketing team, so our group would help initiate this. And then it also involves our an outside firm we work with called Journey Group. They are a data mining company. And so they help us take all of the different systems we use, from the bank system, the insurance system, wealth management, mortgage, and merges them all into one place so we can access all of this data cohesively. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to work together and offer a scorecard, kind of just a sales report detailing branch or employee-specific goals, and it's going to be accessible from our company intranet. Who are we going to offer it to? This is going to be all employees across the board. So customer service reps, mortgage originators, insurance agents, wealth management group, bank officers, and commercial lenders. Why do they care? It's going to provide them a clear formal goal to strive for, as well as an update on how they're doing. The core competencies of this idea is it's inexpensive to implement. It's basically just labor time and the data mining time. And it's going to be very quick and timely to implement. Our Journey Group is very efficient, and as well as our marketing team. And the needed talent already exists in the organization. We don't have to go out and find these people to help us. We have it all in-house. Another alternative, though, to this would be actually hiring a specific sales manager to lead this charge and to kind of designate those sales goals. And so from the impact report, that was scored and that was placed onto a feasibility chart. And the solution was found to have a high impact and a high feasibility of its success. And that's what you want with an idea, for it to, ultimately work well. From there, I kind of broke down that broad goal and made it into like a smarter goal, something more specific and measurable, attainable, timely, all of that. And so you can see all those right over there. I won't go every single goal, but after that, I kind of broke it into a more narrow focus goal, and that is within 7 weeks, a scorecard of goals will be created through the input of market presidents and the help of Journey Group and posted publicly on our company intranet with weekly updates. So as you can see, that's a lot more specific and honed in than what I originally started with, so that was great. Then I detailed a pretty specific implementation plan. I'm not going to go into everything that was on there, but here are some high-level things that need to happen for us to accomplish that goal. So we need to determine which goals should be measured and included on the scorecard, and that's going to be done through meeting with our market presidents. After all, they know their area better than anybody else. Then we're going to communicate those established goals with Journey, and they're going to need to create the reports based on that. Once the reports are created, we need to add those onto the company intranet, and that'll be done through the marketing team. Then we're going to need to draft and send some emails, clearly communicating with across the company what's going on, why we're doing this, what's the benefit, what they can expect moving forward. Make sure everyone's on the same page and feels like they are in the know. And then we'll need to send those weekly emails with updated reports so people can kind of track how they're doing. Acceptance within the organization. So after presenting this idea to my marketing director, she saw value in implementing this strategy. And so together, we scheduled a meeting with all of our market presidents on March 21. So that's coming up quick. So it's nice that she accepted it very quickly. And then prior to our meeting with the market presidents where we're going to establish those goals, we did meet individually with every market president to help them kind of see the vision of the scorecard. And that got them on board. So again, they accepted it very quickly. Those introductory meetings were, like I said, seen with great acceptance, and we're ready to move forward now. And so with the backing of our leadership team, we'll have a greater chance of getting acceptance from the organization as a whole. After all, it kind of starts from the top and works its way down. However, as we had talked about in some of our forum discussions, resistance to change is very common when something new is coming about. So how do we overcome some of that? One of the really big things is to kind of go in this with optimism and also realize that we need to really effectively communicate this with all areas of the bank. A lot of times people become frustrated if they don't understand something or, feel like they weren't part of the conversation. So making sure that we're really communicating thoroughly will be a key way to overcome any objections. I think it's also important for us to kind of find those cheerleaders in our organizations, the people that are going to really support this and champion for us. They're going to help motivate everyone and kind of get everyone else on board. So those are a couple ways that we can overcome some objections or obstacles along the way. And so some final thoughts about taking this course and completing this project. One of the things I learned was that anyone can be innovative and creative, and we don't have to wait for these aha moments to hit us unexpectedly. We can be very deliberate about the process and use tools to get us there. I love the Lotus Blossom. That's something that I foresee my team using in the future, especially when it comes to product development and marketing plans and things like that. There's ways to generate a lot of ideas very quickly, and they're of quality. They're not bad ideas. So that was great to revisit the Lotus Blossom and learn more about it. And another key thing take away from this class was when you don't have a clearly identified problem, it's very difficult to actually find a solution. You're kind of just putting a Band-Aid or a quick fix, and you're not really getting down to the core of what's going on. So when we can clearly identify a problem through tools like the organization diagnosis questionnaire or through observation and interviews, that can direct the solution that we're working towards. And another area that we kind of touched on was this idea of, is innovation divinely inspired, or how does that fit into a biblical perspective? And so there's a couple areas that I see how innovation kind of had a biblical start. For example, creation. God created everything. He was the ultimate innovator. And we will never have that perfect innovation like God had. He literally created something new that never existed. And I think that's important to realize, that innovation was founded by God. I also think of innovation in the context of sin, or perhaps kind of those shortcomings that happen, and innovation playing a role in overcoming that, and realizing that nothing's perfect, and needing different ways and solutions. And so those are kind of some ways I view innovation, kind of in that biblical sense and viewpoint, and etc. So there you have it. That was my innovation presentation, and that's what I've been working on the last 7 weeks. And it's pretty neat to see it actually come to fruition and get to implement this with my company. So I'm excited to see how it goes. And thanks again. It was great working with everyone. Bye-bye.